You have to control your brain. Not sometimes. Not only when life is easy, not only when you feel strong, always. Because if you don't, your brain will control you, and it will lead you back to comfort, back to excuses, back to a small life. The truth is simple. Your brain is not designed for greatness. It is designed for survival. It wants safety, it wants routine, it wants the familiar. And if you live according to that instinct, you will never break past your limits. You will never see what is truly possible for you. That is why the most important battle you will ever fight is the battle inside your head. The brain whispers to you every day. It whispers things like, "Stay in bed a little longer, it's too cold to get up, you're too tired, maybe tomorrow." It tells you, "Don't try that new idea, you might fail, people might laugh, it's not worth the risk." It tells you this is good enough. Why struggle when you can relax? And most people listen. Most people allow their brain to guide their lives. They think those whispers are truth, when in reality they are chains. Invisible chains that keep you from your own potential. But you are not here to be average. You are not here to live at the mercy of thoughts you never chose. You are here to grow, to break limits, to expand, to create, to live with power. That only happens when you take control of your brain. The first step is awareness. You cannot fight an enemy you cannot see. You must watch your own mind like a guard watching the gates. When you wake up in the morning and your brain says hit the snooze button, that's not you. That's your survival system speaking. That's your comfort instinct trying to seduce you. When you decide to start a new project and your brain says, "But what if it doesn't work?" That's not you. That's fear. That's the ancient programming inside you that would rather avoid pain than seek greatness. Once you can see those patterns for what they are, you take away their power. You separate yourself from the thought. You say, "I am not the voice that tells me to stop. I am the one who decides whether I keep going." That awareness is the first spark of freedom. But awareness alone is not enough. You must act against the brain's resistance. This is where discipline enters. Discipline is the training of the brain. Every time you do something difficult, every time you choose the hard path over the easy one, you are rewiring your mind. You are teaching your brain that it does not control you, you control it. When you go to the gym, even though you don't feel like it, you are building strength not just in your body, but in your mind. When you sit down to work, even when the brain screams for distraction, you are building mastery. Discipline is how you reshape the brain moment by moment, action by action. It is how you turn resistance into fuel. Your brain is like a wild animal. If you let it run free, it will destroy the garden of your life. But if you train it, if you harness its power, it becomes your greatest ally. You cannot silence it completely, but you can guide it. You can give it orders. You can say, "We are doing this," no matter how you feel. You can say, "We are pushing forward," no matter how afraid you are. This is how leaders are created. This is how champions are born. Not because their brain is silent, but because they control it. They hear the fear, they hear the doubt, and they keep moving anyway. Understand this. Your brain is not your enemy, but it is not your master either. It is a tool. It is powerful, but it is meant to serve you. The moment you forget that, the moment you let it decide for you, you lose control of your life. The brain wants to avoid discomfort, but discomfort is where growth lives. The brain wants to avoid failure, but failure is the path to mastery. The brain wants to avoid risk, but risk is the path to greatness. So every time you feel that resistance, you must smile and say, "Good. This is the moment I train. This is the moment I show myself that I am stronger than my thoughts." Think about how many dreams have died because someone listened to their brain instead of controlling it. Someone had the vision to start a business, but their brain whispered, "It's too risky," and they listened. Someone wanted to transform their health, but their brain whispered, "It's too hard," and they listened. Someone wanted to change their life, but their brain whispered, "You'll never make it," and they listened. Don't let that be your story. Don't let the voice of fear write the script of your life. You have to stand up and say, enough. I am not my excuses. I am not my doubts. I am not my fears. I am the master of my mind. The great truth is this. When you control your brain, you control your destiny. Because your brain shapes your thoughts shape your actions shape your habits, and your habits shape your life. If you let the brain drift into comfort and laziness, that is what your life will reflect. But if you discipline it, if you train it, if you lead it, your life will expand beyond anything you imagined. You will discover strength you never knew you had, courage you never thought possible, clarity you never felt before. And all of it begins with a single choice. Who controls who? When you wake up tomorrow morning, your brain will already be working against you. It will tell you 5 more minutes in bed. It will tell you, do it later. It will tell you, don't push too hard today. That is the moment of truth. That is the moment to practice control. Say no. Get up. Move. Do it now. Every time you do this, you carve a new pathway in your brain. You are training it like a muscle. And just like muscles, the more you train, the stronger it becomes. One day you wake up and realize the voice of resistance is still there, but it no longer owns you. You hear it, but you do not obey it. That is freedom. That is power. That is mastery. Do not underestimate how much energy this will give you. When your brain no longer dictates your choices, you are free to live with intention. You are no longer trapped by moods, no longer trapped by fear, no longer trapped by excuses. You move with clarity because you are in charge. That energy changes everything. It changes how you work, how you train, how you speak, how you live. It radiates out into every area of your life. People feel it when you walk into a room. They see that you are not a prisoner of your mind. You are its master. This is not an easy path. It requires constant practice. But the alternative is much worse. The alternative is a life of wasted potential, a life where you are always pulled back by invisible strings, a life where you know you could have been more, but you chose comfort instead. Control your brain, and you will never live with that regret. Control your brain, and you will unlock the kind of life that most people only dream about. So the message is simple. Do not wait. Do not hope your brain will change on its own. It will not. It will always seek the easy way. You must take control. You must become the driver. Every day, every moment, you choose. Will I let the brain decide, or will I decide? That choice will shape everything. You have to control your brain, because if you don't, it will control you. And if it controls you, your dreams, your potential, your future, all of it will remain locked away. But if you take control, if you master it, then nothing can stop you.